Motorhead Garage, the program that each week introduces you to and shows you how to install the latest in exciting and innovative products for your vehicle. Now here's your host, Dave Dobson.
Hey there, this is Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com, and this is about the finest example you'll ever see of a 1968 Chevelle. This was at the height of the muscle car era, 1968, and all the music was amazing then too. You had the Beatles, you had Cream, Simon & Garfunkel, Smokey Robinson on the charts. And the Beatles released Hey Jude that year, among other things, so that was the greatest music ever made. But the problem was, back in 1968, all you had was a little tiny speaker on your dashboard to listen to this through. And it was on AM radio, so it was all treble and no bass. So you could hear the rumble of the engine, but if you want to hear your tunes, your car was not the place to do it. But now, thanks to Custom Autosound, you can drive your classic car or street rod, and you don't have to compromise on the stereo sound. Custom Autosound's radios and speakers sound amazing, and they look just like the original radios that came with your car when it was new. But just as everything else has changed since 1968, so has the technology in our cars. Now there's Bluetooth, MP3 players, CD players, and satellite radio, stuff we didn't even think of just a few years ago. And with a custom Autosound system, you can have all of that in your classic car or your street rod. And you're not just getting a unit that looks good, you're also getting equipment that's built to last. Custom Autosound's radios and speakers are made in the same factories that make some of the world's finest audio equipment, and every Custom Autosound model undergoes extreme temperature testing, a temperature aging test, and a vibration test, which is really important in a muscle car. And every single item that Custom Autosound makes is hand inspected and adjusted by a technician before it gets shipped to a customer or a dealer. And here's the checklist they go through, all the items they check before every single unit gets out of the factory. Custom Autosound has a huge variety of radios and speakers made to fit your budget and made to fit your specific vehicle. They have 4 different models of in-dash radios, including the slide bar radio, and this is really cool. The slide bar radio, with that you get a radio that looks just like an old analog radio when it's turned off, and no one's any the wiser, but when you get in and you slide the bar, you get a digital display that lets you control every function of your radio. And if you have a street rod or a classic and you want to leave the original radio in the dash, the secret audio radio is for you. Now this unit hides usually under the seat or behind the dashboard, and you can still get your Bluetooth, AM/FM radio, iPod control, CD control, and it integrates perfectly with your speaker system in your vehicle. And again, no one will ever see the radio. They'll think it's all original inside that car. And when it comes to speakers, well, Custom Autosound does that too, and they do it well. Custom Autosound has you covered from ear to ear, from subwoofers to kick panel and door-mounted speakers to universal speakers, even speakers that secretly hide away, just like those radios that hide away, so you can keep your car's original looks. Everything from Custom Autosound is made to sound great, it's made to last, and of course, it's made to look just like it came with your classic vehicle back when it was new. And you can put the system in by yourself, which I love because Custom Autosound makes installation incredibly easy. First, you got to disconnect the battery and then you can go to work. And the thing I love about Custom Autosound, they make it easy for guys like me who aren't wiring pros. Everything is color-coded on the harness. You've got your power, of course, your power antenna hookup if you have one of those, hookup for your MP3 player, your subwoofer, your ground, and of course an output for your amplifier. RCA pre-outs if you have amplifiers that take that. And there's a microphone for Bluetooth if you have Bluetooth, even a USB port for all of your tunes if you maybe put it on a thumb drive or you have a connection that works through your USB port. Now once you get everything connected, the harnesses click together and they mate with the old harnesses on your vehicle as well. Then you sneak it up behind the dash. In this case, we had to go through the glove compartment and we're able to get up behind the dash. And you had to do a little bit of yoga to get in there, but we were able to get the unit up in there. And once you stick the posts in for the controls, then you put a couple washers down there, a couple of nuts, and then the knobs go over the top. And those knobs look just like the originals did back in 1968. Once you get your Custom Autosound radio in, folks are not going to know the difference. They're going to think you've got an authentic radio from the period in which your car was made. Now this is the USA 740 and has the same classic look that Custom Autosound's always been known for with today's latest features that I already mentioned. 300 watts of peak power, so that's just the juice you need. It has a 4-volt, 4-channel RCA output and subwoofer pre-outs in case you want to really blow everybody away with your subwoofer and all your additional amps. You can run a CD player off of this, that's optional, and Custom Autosound sells that as well. And the tuner shows the station, the song, and the artist when you have your LCD display. And you can control that CD player from the unit as well if you get a CD player from Custom Autosound. And now again, if you have a classic car, if you have a street rod, something you want to keep looking original and period correct, Custom Autosound is the way to go, because we all love having our tunes and we also love cruising. That's why we have our cars. That's why we love our classics. And that is why you'll love Custom Autosound. You can find them at CustomAutosoundMFG.com. And you can find more Motorhead Garage presented by DragonfireTools.com when we come back. So keep it right here.